Om. 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 जीवन के न अंधियारों में साई दीप जलाओ, साई दीप जलाओ, सत्य साई दीप जलाओ, प्रेम की ज्योति जलाओ, साई प्रेम की ज्योति जलाओ, जीवन ज्योति तुम हो साई, प्रेम की ज्योति जलाओ, साई प्रेम की ज्योति जलाओ। O Sai, please light that lamp of love in my heart, which dispels this darkness of ignorance. O Sai, let that spark of love glow in my heart, diffusing all the darkness within and without. I offer my prayerful, grateful salutations at Bhagwan's lotus feet. My loving Sairam to each one of you there. Thank you so much for being with me on this auspicious day. Let me take you back to 1979. The academic session had just begun, and Bhagwan was looking at all the fresh faces who have joined his college in the Prashantinilayam campus. And one day, while talking to the students in the mandir, Swami asked, "Anybody with talent?" And one of the professors got up and told Swami, "This boy, he's very talented, Swami. He's a trained Carnatic violinist, plays violin very well." Swami called that boy. So the boy went forward, took namaskar, and Swami said, "Practice well. I will come on Sunday to the hostel. You play." This boy indeed was very good. Right from the age of 4, he was playing the violin and he was giving performances from very early age. And there was not a day when he did not practice the violin. And for him, the violin was almost like an extension of his body. It was like an extra limb, because that is how he used to feel about the violin. Every day he has to spend some time with the violin. He could not think of his life without the violin, because that was his everything. All his joy, all his thrill, all his beautiful moments of life were associated with the violin. And for him, that was life. And when he had heard about how people get chance to perform in front of Bhagwan. At that time, the Prashanti Mandir Bhajan group had not yet formed. 1979, the boys were just joining the Prashanti Nilayam campus, and he thought he should be getting that opportunity to play in front of Bhagwan, and he was thinking someday I should get an opportunity to demonstrate my talent to Swami. Someday I should get a chance to let Swami know about my skill. Then, definitely he'll give me the opportunity to play in the Prashantini Mandir. And Swami himself had created this window for him. Swami said, I am going to come, and he didn't ask for it. Swami himself said. So it was like more than he could ask for, and he was waiting for this. So he practiced very well, and Swami came on Sunday, and Swami told, start your performance, and the boy started playing, and he did extremely well. In fact, the way he started the raga and he went on the elaboration of the raga and then brought in his creativity, and in different moods he presented the raga, in different speeds he presented the raga, and everyone was glued to the way his fingers were dancing on the violin, and Swami also was keenly looking at him. And the most thrilling moment came when, at one point, when he was playing the swaras at fast speed, Bhagwan also was himself softly singing the swaras. It was almost like Swami and him were doing a jugalbandi. Swami was telling the swaras and this guy was playing. And for him, that moment was so powerful, so exhilarating. He actually, for a moment, stopped because he just couldn't contain the thrill that he was experiencing. Like, Swami was so involved. So he just stopped, and Swami said, no, play. You're playing so well. Continue to play. And that's it. That gave him double the enthusiasm, and he continued to play, and he went on and on for an hour. And it was absolutely a spectacular performance. And Swami was so happy. Everyone was thrilled. For many, they have not heard someone so young playing so well. And the boy had, in fact, made the mark. He had announced to everyone, including Swami, that, Swami, I have arrived. And Swami blessed him profusely. And as the session concluded and Bhagwan was leaving the hostel, and suddenly Swami called this boy, and Swami said, boy, today you made a very beautiful demonstration of your talent. But you know how Tyagaraja sang for Rama? When Tyagaraja composed music, he was not focusing on the raga. Tyagaraja was all the time focused on Rama. He was conversing with Rama. All the music that came was in the process of expressing his love for Rama. If you see all Tyagaraja's songs, it would be like he's waking up Rama, he's playing with Rama, he's bathing Rama, he's putting Rama to sleep. He's walking along with Rama, he's eating with Rama. So it was like he was living with Rama, and out of that love for the Lord, whatever came in the form of that beautiful music. So Swami said, you know how Tyagaraja used to express music? It was only connecting to his Rama. He did not know these alterations of the ragas, and he did not think about what he can do with the raga, how you can beautify the raga, or how he can add an extra element of technicality to the raga. Swami said, that is true music. And this hit the boy so hard, hit like a ton of bricks, and he just went up to his room, picked the violin, broke the strings, and he started crying. He said, what is the point of me doing whatever I am doing? He was very young, but by Bhagwan's grace, very matured. What is the point of this instrument if instead of connecting me to Rama, it is connecting me to the raga? What is the point of me playing if all I want to do is a demonstration of my talent? What is the point of this 4 strings if they are only adding 4 layers to my ego? What is the point of this so called gift of God, if it is only taking me away from God, it is not taking me closer to God. He broke the strings, and from that day, he stopped playing the violin. He didn't touch the violin for years together. It was difficult for him because, as I said, he could not live a day without the violin. It was actually an addiction for him. He has to every day touch the violin, at least play for half an hour. That is what was giving him some solace. That is what was actually making him live. So to actually leave the violin was actually, it is like you're removing one limb from his body. It was that difficult for him. But he said, no, if this is not taking me to God, I don't want this. With a lot of difficulty, he disassociated himself from the violin and kept his focus only on Rama, only on Sai Rama, kept his focus only on Swami. And being in the hostel, you get busy with the schedule, and it somehow he tried to sublimate all those yearning that he had for violin to yearning for Bhagwan's love. And years passed, and came the birthday celebrations of Bhagwan, 57th birthday celebrations, 1982. Suddenly, Bhagwan called onto the stage the legendary singer M.S. Subbalakshmi. It was not a planned program. She had come for darshan, but Swami suddenly asked her to come. And she was clueless how she was going to perform because she didn't have a team with her. Swami sends word for this boy. He appears right on the stage. Swami himself gives the violin to him and says, play. Bhagwan says, our heart is that container. To light a lamp, you first need a container. Our heart is that container. When you want to light a diya, you look at first that diya and remove any dirt in that container, in that diya, right? Before pouring the oil, you'll first check if everything's fine. Are there any cobwebs? Are there any dirt? So, for this boy, that whole process had happened wherein he cleared his heart of all the ego, all this desire for name, fame, all this desire for acclamation, all this desire to be known as a great artist. All those were just removed. And when the heart was cleared of all that, then he poured into this heart the love for God. And how does love flow? How does oil flow? So seamless, isn't it? Swami says love also should flow like that, seamless. So that love for God into this heart, which was absolutely free of all dross, all ego, all desires, slowly prepared him to go to the next stage. What is the next stage? Swami says, once you have poured the oil, then you have to place the wick. What is the wick? Wick is that of the mind. And how is the wick? The wick is one straight cotton. So Swami says that wick is the mind. How was he able to get over his penchant, irresistible penchant for violin? By pouring his heart with love for God and focusing it on Bhagwan. With that one single-minded focus on Bhagwan. Swami says, once you have your heart empty, pour into it the love for God, have single-minded focus on Bhagwan. Then there is a last stage. Before the lamp can be lit, the lamp of wisdom will glow. For that you need the matchstick. That matchstick, Swami says, is vairagya, is sacrifice, is renunciation. And this is what this boy was able to do. He was able to sacrifice what was most precious for him. Because if it is not taking him towards God, that's not something he wants in his life. With that sacrifice, the lamp of wisdom started glowing. And see where Swami takes him. Once you light that lamp of wisdom with cleaning your heart, pouring love, one pointed concentration on Bhagwan, and learning to renounce. Renounce what? Renounce not activity. Renounce the desire for the fruits of your actions. Don't renounce actions. Renounce the fruits of your actions. Renounce everything that is not taking you closer to God. Renounce anything that is only adding to your ego. If you can remove ego, let ego go and let God come in. If you can do that sacrifice, that's how the lamp of wisdom glows. Bhagwan, on Diwali, even as he used to give this example of the significance of this diya, Swami would say how it was on the Diwali day that Krishna vanquished Narakasura. Naraka is hell. Narakasura symbolizes darkness, ignorance. Narakasura was someone whose heart was so impure. He had imprisoned hundreds of women. He had done so many atrocities. In fact, his evil acts were so pathetic. Krishna did not want to kill him. He didn't have the blessing of being killed by Krishna. How did Krishna kill Narakasura? Krishna asked Satyabhama to kill Narakasura because Narakasura did not deserve to be killed by Krishna. He had troubled a lot of women. Swami wanted a woman to kill Narakasura. Satyabhama kills Narakasura. But when did Satyabhama get this chance to be an instrument of the divine, to kill ignorance? Swami says, Satyabhama initially was very proud. She thought she can have Krishna all for herself because of her charm, because of her wealth, because of how she can win over Krishna through various ways. And we know the famous story of Krishna Tulabharam, where Krishna was asked to sit on one side of the pan and Satyabhama started putting all the jewels and he wanted to buy Krishna out. And we know how when she was absolutely frustrated and flustered, the pan was just not moving up. And that's when Rukmini comes and she just says Krishnarpanam and places a tulsi leaf and the pan goes up. Swami says, it was after this incident when Satyabhama realized that to get Krishna, all she had to do is first vanquish her pride, vanquish her ego. When that happened, that is when God gave her the chance to kill ignorance. And what did Krishna do to weaken Narakasura? Krishna kept attacking the kingdom of Narakasura. And every time Krishna attacked, Narakasura would get angry. And every time, Swami says, every time Narakasura got angry, his power diminished. Krishna never killed him. Krishna would go attack and come off. And Narakasura would feel that, see, Krishna is afraid. Krishna is running away from me. But what Krishna was doing was Krishna was actually weakening Narakasura. How? Just by ensuring that he gets angry. So every time there is anger, our power diminishes. Our sacred power diminishes. And only when all the dross is cleared will God use us as his instrument to remove the darkness outside as well as clear the darkness inside. And Swami, for all of us Sai devotees, has given an amazing way to dispel the darkness within. Something that Swami mentioned way back in the 70s. A lovely technique. This is the practice of Jyoti meditation. You can actually bring that flame into you every single day and see how every limb is filled with this light. And when light comes, darkness vanishes, darkness disappears. As Swami says, the room might be locked for hundreds of years. Just when you put on the switch, it takes a millisecond for the darkness to go. When that light enters our being, the light of love, light of God's love enters our being, darkness will automatically go. I remember a beautiful email that came to us some time ago by a lady from Edmonton, Canada. She says, when her daughter started going to Balbika's class, SSC class, she also started accompanying her. And she saw that the teacher there was asking the children to do Jyoti meditation, silent sitting. And she heard about all this. And she started liking this practice. And with time, as she started frequently going with the daughter, she felt even she can become a teacher, SSC teacher. And eventually she did become an SSC teacher. And that's when she thought, how can I ask the children to do Jyoti meditation if I am not doing it myself? I should start doing. So she started doing Jyoti meditation, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. She said initially I should just do it for 3 minutes. And she did it for a few years. And she was not very regular. A few years passed and suddenly her health started going downhill. Lot of changes in her body as she aged. For a woman, there's so many changes that happen once you cross a certain stage, and she used to have so many mood swings, and she used to get into depression, and she was not able to control her emotional balance. In fact, it became so bad, nobody in the family wanted to talk to her. She became a little unmanageable. In fact, they took her to doctors, and the doctor said that probably she has to go through hormone replacement therapy. And that's when she said, no, I don't want to do this. There are so many dangers. I don't want to do this. And suddenly this Jyoti meditation came back to her. And she started now sincerely doing Jyoti meditation. And she says, I started with 5-10 minutes and slowly it became 45 minutes every day she used to do, and slowly it settled down to half an hour. Even now she's 64. She says, even now, every day she does Jyoti meditation. And she says, once I started doing Jyoti meditation, initially all the past would come. All the things, when your mind quietens, a lot of things from the past also arise. They rise up. It says, slowly I realized that what is it that I'm control of? What is it that I can control and what is it that I cannot control? And that the realization came that whatever has happened in the past, I can't change the situation. What I can change is my view of the situation. Automatically, love started arising from her heart. Automatically, she learned to forgive. She learned to become calmer. She says, as I started doing, my concentration became sharper. My memory became so super. And with time, she said, I didn't have to go to any doctor. Even now, she does not take any medicine. She does not visit the doctor. She says, the most beautiful thing that has happened to me after I started doing Jyoti meditation is that today I'm able to understand Swami's teachings much better. There is something called intuition which is speaking much louder than ever before. And she says, today I constantly feel that there is a covering around me. It's like I'm covered all the time with a layer of protection, so nothing touches me. I'm all the time protected. You have no idea how the Jyoti meditation has made me such a strong woman now. She said, I become more efficient now in my work. I have become such a productive member in the family. Love just arises out of me no matter what the situation. I feel so light. I feel like flying every day. And if she says, if we can do this practice of Jyoti meditation sincerely, you don't have to go to any doctor, you don't have to go to any therapist, you don't have to do anything else. You will be filled with the light within and without. As we celebrate Diwali, let's pray to Bhagwan that just like the lamp all the time only goes up, let our love for Bhagwan only rise higher and higher. And anything you put into the fire, anything you put into the flame, it becomes one with the flame. Whatever might be our desire, our wishes, our dreams, let us pour everything into this fire of love for God. Everything, let it transform into love for God. Everything that we do, let it lead to only this love for God in our life, increasing, glowing, and rising splendidly. Once we do that, automatically we will spread light, warmth, and joy outside, and we'll feel enlightened inside. There is no better gift that we can give Bhagwan on Diwali than say that, Swami, I feel your love in my heart, and this love is only growing every day. I feel so good. I feel so light. I feel so free. Let this love continue to suffuse every part of my being, and from my being into every speck of this universe. With this prayer to Bhagwan to bless us with such a spark of love in our hearts, I thank each one of you for this Diwali gift that you have given me. No better way to spend Diwali than think about how we can transform everything of our lives into that flame of love for Him. Thank you so much, and I hope this love that we have for Bhagwan one day takes us to that stage where we not only experience that the light is in me or I am in the light, but we feel that I am indeed the light. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.